Hey everyone, welcome to Haight Avenue's video tutorial on how to assemble and display your luxury balloon garland. Before we move on to all of the fun, I quickly wanted to go over what's inside of your worry-free kit. The first thing is you should have received a balloon strip. This is what you attach your balloons on. Secondly, you should have received balloon stickers. You're going to wait to apply these or to actually use these at the very end, so you don't have to worry about these too much right now. Another thing is you received wall hooks and twine. This is to hang your garland. If you purchased accent balloons such as like snowflakes or moons, stars, you should have received tape strips. And in the event you come across a defective accent balloon, if there is like a rip or tear, no worries, I've provided extra tape strips just for that. Go ahead and seal it shut so you can still be able to use it for your event. And lastly, I want to go over the pumps. You received a top-of-the-line dual-action hand pump. This is primarily to inflate your confetti balloons. Do not inflate them with your electric air pump as it will pop. Also too, I prefer to inflate my small balloons, which are 5-inch balloons, with the hand pump. It's just a lot easier than inflating it with the electric air pump. Now on to the electric air pump. Some of you guys decided to opt out of purchasing one of these. That's perfectly fine. Just make sure you do invest in an electric air pump. You're not only going to need these to inflate your 36-inch balloons, but it will definitely decrease your assembly time. So make sure you get an electric air pump that is meant for balloons. And last but not least, your tape strip. This is what you're going to use when it comes time to inflating your 36-inch balloons, but I'll teach you all that later on in the tutorial. Okay, so for the first step is to inflate all of your balloons. The small balloon can inflate up to 5 inches. As mentioned before, I would recommend using your hand pump. This takes 2 full pumps. Your medium balloon can inflate up to 11 inches. Your large balloon can inflate up to 16 inches. And for your confetti balloons, only use your hand pump for this one. This takes a max of 18 pumps. Make sure you pump extremely slow, and definitely check out my tutorial on how to properly inflate these balloons. And last but not least, in your luxury balloon garland kit, you should have received 16-inch Orbz balloons. Make sure to check out that tutorial on how to properly inflate those, or 36-inch latex balloons. Do not inflate these until later on in the tutorial. I'll show you why. Pinch the lip of the balloon, thread it through until it's safely secured. You're going to want to make sure you alternate colors, or if you're going for the ombre effect, go ahead and assort your balloons accordingly. As you're attaching the balloons, make sure you alternate sides for a full look. So I did my first 2 balloons, I alternated sides. I'm going to be skipping the next large hole and going to the next one. Alright, so once you've assembled your garland, it's time to hang. But before we do that, I wanted to mention that some of you may have a long piece of bare strip with no balloons on it. That's perfectly fine, don't worry about it, we'll fill it in at a later step. So what you're going to want to do is figure out how exactly you want the placement of your garland. Do you want it straight across? Do you want it curved? Do you want it like a waterfall effect? For me, I prefer this time to have a waterfall effect. So I've attached my wall hook at a very high peak up there, and then I've also attached another wall hook right down here. I would probably say it's about 4 feet. I'm assembling a 10-foot garland, so just 2 hooks will work just fine for me. So leave 1 hole empty. I strung our string through. I tied a knot, and this is where I'm going to be hooking it onto our wall hook. The next step is to inflate your extra large latex balloons. I prefer to put one of my extra large balloons touching the bottom, so I would say I would probably need about 30 inches for one of my latex balloons to go right here. I'm going to show you how to inflate. What I do is use the back of 2 chairs. Once the balloon touches both of the chairs, then I know that I've inflated it to the size that I want. You use the tape measure right here. For me, I'm doing 30 inches. So Gonna wanna make sure that this is 30 inches apart. Maybe I should scoot it this way. This looks about good. Get your electric air pump. Make sure to wrap around the base of the balloon and the nozzle with the full seal. So the way to tie it for me is I just wrap the tail around my finger and pull it the knot. You'll notice that there's a long bare strip here that's perfectly fine. Do not attach it at the very end, because if that's the case, you're going to have a lot of slack going on and you don't want your balloon to move around like this. So move it all the way up to an empty hole to where you know it's going to stay put. All right, now on to inflating and attaching the rest of your extra large balloons. Since I'm going for more of the waterfall effect, I inflated my extra large down here to the largest that I would like at 30 inches, and then I will make them smaller as I go up. To attach your next extra large balloon garland, you may need to remove 1 to 2 balloons, maybe even 3. So for me, I would like to put this next one right here in this corner. So what I would do is just remove these 2 white balloons. Or maybe even 1. Let's try it out with 1. You can thread this tail through a large hole. As you can see, I have attached all of my extra large latex balloons. If your kit consists of Orbz balloons, this is a great time to attach them as well. Since this garland does not consist of Orbz balloons, go ahead and check out this tutorial real quick. What I like to do is start off with all one type of specialty balloon and then move on to the next, just so I can ensure that there is a good, even distribution throughout the garland. The next step is to attach your 16-inch balloons, the large ones. Go ahead and use it as needed. For me, I kind of like to just use it as fillers. I feel like this overall balloon garland is definitely picking up the vibe that I wanted, so I don't feel like I need to use all of them, but I do want to use one. And I think I'll place it right below here. If you'd like, you can also learn how to make a dramatic base with the rest of your 16-inch balloons. It would typically go like this, and you would just attach it with your balloon stickers. You can learn more on how to make a dramatic base below. Alright, so the second to the last step is attaching the medium-sized balloons that we pulled out to replace them with the specialty balloon and fill in the bare strip here. Alright, the last and final step is applying these small balloons onto your garland. Use these to fill any empty spaces or to make areas a little bit larger. For me, I would like to just pop one of these right here. And maybe another one here, maybe another one here. Just kind of slam your garland with it. It looks beautiful at the very end. And order to have them actually stick to the garland, use your balloon sticker. You're gonna wanna peel the white release liner, stick it towards the neck of the balloon, not all the way, but just about here. This way, when you do actually place it on, the tail of the balloon is not showing. I like to kind of scratch the clear liner just to ensure that there's a good stick between the sticker and the balloon. Peel it off and stick it into place. There you have it. You did an amazing job. If you have any questions during assembly, any concerns, please reach out to me through message and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Have fun celebrating. Bye guys. Hey everyone, I'm back. As you can see, I have a new outfit on because this is a new day. I came into the studio today and looked at the garland and I wasn't too pleased with the shape of it. So this is a really great tip to share with you guys. This is an organic balloon garland, so you can go ahead and tweak it as much as you like until you get the final look with what you want, what you're looking for. So for me, my big balloons were kind of like on top of each other. And I didn't like that. I wanted more of like a flow, like I mentioned earlier in the tutorial, a water flow. So what I did is I had a hook way up here. I lowered the hook lower, and I just literally just pulled the garland down with the twine and hung it on this hook. And then all I did was get my big balloon and then just reach it out. Just like that. And then that is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. And this is the beauty of it. Another thing working with organic balloon garlands, try not to focus too much on like color separation or making sure big ones here and small ones here. It's okay to cluster colors and cluster balloons. That's the whole point of an organic balloon garland, to make it look natural and organic. All right, so if you guys have any questions, reach out to me. Bye.